Good afternoon. We will be starting our Facebook Live community meeting in 5 minutes. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us this afternoon at the 2023 Tulare County Flooding Incident Facebook Live virtual meeting. My name is Jazz Shaw, Public Information Officer for CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 3. We will start with a quick message from Tulare County Fire Captain Benitez to notify the Spanish-speaking community this meeting will be recorded in Spanish and released this evening. Captain Benitez?
Buenas tardes. Esta junta será grabada para Facebook a la tarde. Gracias.
Thank you. This afternoon, you will be hearing from subject matter experts regarding current flood information, weather, evacuations, road closures, hydrology, emergency operations, and community resources. If you have additional questions that are not answered, you may submit them in the comments section so that they can be answered for you. The Tulare County Incident Management Team was assembled on March 8, 2023 for flooding assistance due to a forecasted significant weather event. As a series of storm systems continue to impact Central California, in particular Tulare County, throughout a week-long time frame, CAL FIRE Incident Management Team 3 was activated on March 15, 2023. Currently, there are approximately 815 personnel assigned to this flooding incident, assisting with mitigation efforts. Law enforcement and fire department resources from across the state are here to assist with this natural disaster. Those resources consist of swift water rescue teams, fire engines, ambulances, helicopters, dozers, and hand crews, as well as several law enforcement agencies from the surrounding areas. For the last 16 days, these resources have worked collaboratively to protect the lives and property of the residents within Tulare County. For detailed information on Tulare County emergency resources, please call the Tulare County Flood Hotline at 559-802-9791. Again, that number, 559-802-9791. Or go to the Tulare County webpage at tularecounty.ca.gov. For detailed information on Kings County emergency resources, please call the Kings County Flood Hotline at 559-852-2010. Again, that number, 559-852-2010. To report flooding, call dispatch at 559-852-2720. And again, that number, 559-852-2720, or go to their website at countyofkings.com. In the event of a critical emergency, please call 911. Now to provide you with incident updates, our incident meteorologist, Ryan Walburn.
Okay, all right, good afternoon. So to kind of start today being Friday, as we look towards this weekend, favorable weather, not expecting any more precipitation Saturday or Sunday, other than perhaps some very light snow showers up in the mountains, up above 6,000 feet. Temperatures by late March standards remain seasonably cool, meaning high temperatures only around 60 degrees or so in the valley, and staying relatively cool up in the mountains as well, 30s and 40s. I bring that up because it's relevant in terms of minimizing the snow melt. As we get towards Monday, it'll warm up a little bit more. We'll have some increased southerly winds, and that's in advance of the next weather system. So we will notice a little uptick in temperatures on Monday afternoon across the region, meaning mid-60s or so down in the valley. As we get to Tuesday, there is high confidence for a cold frontal passage. That'll bring rain, of course, to the valley and snow to the mountains. The National Weather Service office located in Hanford over in Kings County has already issued a winter storm watch that officially goes into effect 11 p.m. Monday night and lasts through Wednesday night. That's for snow down to 3,000 feet, where they're expecting roughly a foot at 4,000 foot elevation, 1 to 2 feet between 4,000 feet and 6,000 feet, and up to 4 feet above 6,000 feet. In terms of rainfall with that system on Tuesday and Wednesday, in the valley, a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of liquid precipitation. In the foothills up to 3,000 feet, we can expect 1 to 2 inches of liquid precipitation. And then in the mountains, where it will fall as snow, about 3 inches of liquid precipitation. I will mention that at this point, we're about 300% of normal precipitation for the year. We would expect that snow that's up in the Sierra right now to have a liquid equivalent of 20 inches, and right now it's actually at 60 inches. So we'll be watching to see when that melts off. What I can say is behind that storm next week, temperatures continue to remain relatively cool, meaning no big warm-ups are in the forecast right now. So we can go out about 2 weeks in time with a fair amount of confidence, and right now we don't see any big warm-ups that would rapidly melt that snow. And with that, I'll end my conversation.
Thank you. Next, we have Hydrology by Drew Coe.
Good afternoon. Capacity is still, we're still getting capacity in Lake Success, Lake Cahuilla, and Pine Flat Reservoir with outflows outpacing inflows. We were fortunate yesterday, the release at Lake Success was decreased 1,500 CFS to 3,200, which gives us a little bit of breathing room, especially in that Tulare River drainage area. Lake Cahuilla today decreased flows by 500 CFS into the Cahuilla River below. Again, a little bit more breathing room there. Pine Flat Reservoir has been slightly increasing their release over the last couple days. And as a result, with tributary input, we now have a flood advisory down by Kingsburg. And we expect that to continue throughout this weekend as they continue to push water downstream. Flows are decreasing from the undammed, unregulated foothill streams, so that's good news, and those will continue to decrease into the weekend. We don't expect any changes in releases in the short term. They haven't posted any on the Army Corps website, and we're expecting those inflows into the reservoirs to continue to drop through the weekend. The forecast is indicating that, as our meteorologist said, once we roll around to Tuesday of next week, we're going to start seeing increases in flows. They look a lot like the system that we just saw move in early in the week. They look like modest flow increases to the reservoirs, and I think most of the issues that we'll see is from those unregulated small streams draining out of the foothills. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have our Operations Section Chief, Jeff McLaughlin.
Good afternoon. We'll go ahead and start in the southern part of the county. We continue to monitor the roadways and the access issues in California Hot Springs and Pine Flat, as well as the communities that surround Posey. We monitor those daily and ensure that we have logistical support to the areas that currently have access issues. We're monitoring White River and Deer Creek as it comes across the county, especially where it hits Highway 99 and goes west of Highway 99. We're continuing to work on the breaches on Road 88 over here on Deer Creek, as well as White River south on Highway 43. We completed the preparation around the hazardous materials facility. That's just west of the community of Alpaw. That looks good. That was 2,500 feet of K-rail, visqueen, and sandbags. That's all looking really well. Just north of the breaches on 88 around Homeland, we're continuing to pump in there, fill breaches as necessary, and monitor the direction of travel from the water from Homeland as it comes to the west. As we come across kind of the central southern part of the county, where we continue to monitor the logistical needs and community of Camp Nelson, as well as Ponderosa, making supply requests and deliveries as necessary. We still have access issues on Highway 190 as it comes into Camp Nelson. Nothing to report new into the Springville area as we come through Lake Success. And just outside the city of Porterville, or just west of the city of Porterville, we continue to monitor the 6 or so breaches that were along the north bank of the Tulare River. Those are holding and looking good. As we come west of Highway 99 into the breaches that are just west of Highway 99 on the north bank of the Tulare, we're actively working on 2 of those in that area, and we continue to find additional ones on a daily operational period. We continue to prioritize those and complete those and fix those as we see. We do have a new breach that was located on 4th Avenue, just inside the County of Kings, and that was just discovered a few hours ago. That's at 4th and Salem, excuse me, and we're continuing to monitor that and come up with a recommendation on how to attack that with our flood fight specialist currently. Nothing new to report, but we continue to monitor the Yokel Creek, Fraser Valley Creek, and Lewis Creek as they come through Strathmore, Lindsay, and just outside the city of Exeter. Nothing new to report in the southern end of Tulare. All the work that's been done there is still holding and looking really good. As we come up on Three Rivers, we have the bridges that are repaired on South Fork as well as North Fork. We continue to monitor the access issue to those communities, as well as continue to be in contact with some folks that are cut off in the Mineral King area just above Three Rivers. Nothing new to report along the Kauai as it comes through there. Wood Lake, still monitoring the troubled issue on the north end of town there. Everything's looking good currently, but we do have eyes on that, and nothing new to report as it comes across into the middle of the branch here, just north of the city of Visalia. In the upper part of the northern part of the county, we continue to monitor everything that was completed along Sand Creek and Alta Irrigation District. That's looking really well, no issues there. And we're doing quite a bit of work here along the Kings, especially from Avenue 400 South to Highway 99. We've installed about 2,500 feet of muscle wall, and we just placed an order to finish that, install 2,500 to 3,500 feet of K-rail for nearly a mile worth of barrier as it touches Avenue 4000 and comes across following the river on the south bank all the way to the gun club. End of report.
Thank you, Chief. Next. Next. Sorry about that. Thank you. Next, we have our Emergency Operations Center Public Information Officer, Carrie Montero.
Good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to let you know Carrie Montero, Public Information Officer for the Tulare County Emergency Operations Center. For everyone to know, our County Emergency Operations Center, also known as EOC for short, is activated, will continue to be activated as necessary for this ongoing incident. We are also in coordination, collaboration with all county departments, our law enforcement agencies, fire agencies, as well as collaborating with our neighboring counties, and the incident management team here helping us in Tulare County. I want to encourage everybody to please sign up for our local Tulare County emergency notification system, Alert TC. If you have not done so already, please sign up for Alert TC at alerttc.com. That way we can notify you directly if in the event of an emergency within your area. As said earlier, we have our Tulare County Emergencies webpage, has many resources for our residents regarding this flooding ongoing incident. We want to remind everyone to please report any property damages you have incurred from these recent storms or flooding through the property damage form. Please report if you have not done so already. If you need help in filling out that form, please contact our Tulare County Flood Hotline. For our agriculture industry, our Ag Commissioner's Office is actively working to gather your estimated losses due to the current storms and flooding events. Farmers, dairymen, growers, all agriculture producers, we please ask that you report your estimated crop and livestock losses to the County Ag Commissioner's Office through their loss estimates survey. A direct link to that survey is available on our Tulare County Emergencies webpage. From the County Assessor's Office, we understand that some of our residents have incurred significant damage to their properties. You may be eligible for property tax relief programs. Please contact the County Assessor's Office or visit the Tulare County Emergencies webpage to get linked to the application form that you can complete for your eligibility. Again, these are property owners that have had significant damage to their property. You may be eligible for some property tax relief. All this information I just shared is available on our Tulare County's Emergencies webpage, or our residents can call the County Flood Hotline at 559-802-9791. We are transitioning to normal business hours for that hotline, but we want to assure you, if you call outside those business hours, please leave a message on our hotline, and when they are back in there, immediately they will get back to you. But we want to make sure everyone's aware that if you call after business hours, that they may not be there available for these resources, but please leave your information and we'll contact you. And as always, if it is an emergency, please dial 911. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Carrie. Next, we have our Central Regional Office Branch Manager of DWR, Steve Doe.
Good afternoon. My name is Steve Doe, and I am a Special Investigations Branch Manager of the Department of Water Resources. I am based out of the Fresno office, which oversees work in this area. I'm here to talk about how DWR is supporting the community in this flood emergency. DWR is committed to supporting local officials in this flood emergency, especially in this region. And DWR Director Calamit Nemeth visited the Tulare Basin yesterday to assess conditions on the ground. And she met together with me with local officials to discuss their needs and planning so that DWR can support local agencies even better. Indeed, we have been working in the area as soon as this emergency reared its head. We have activated DWR's Joint State Federal Flood Operations Center, also called FOC, which is providing advanced planning assistance to local authorities, including hydrologic modeling and forecasting, and is participating in daily coordination meetings with regional first responders and water managers to plan and prepare for snowmelt. Now I'll tell you a little bit more about the activities of the FOC to date. Over the past week, the FOC has deployed representatives, an incident command team, and other staff to assist in flood fighting and information gathering and sharing in this region. Our teams are embedded with CAL FIRE's incident management team in Tulare County here, and working closely with CAL FIRE and local emergency response agencies. The FOC has fulfilled requests from county agencies in the Tulare Basin, including 1 mile of muzzle wall and 5,000 super sucks. Now, we all know that the basin is a broad region that spans multiple counties, many water management agencies, multiple river watersheds, and currently has a near record snowpack. We just heard right now that the Southern Sierra snowpack has about 300% of average. And as this snowpack begins to melt towards the spring, we're expecting that there'll be sustained high flows that will persist for long periods of time. So the basin that we are in is called an endorheic basin, which is known like, it acts like a sink. What that means is that all the major rivers kind of leads over here, and none of it actually flows out into the delta. So that presents a challenge in itself. So the near record snowpack could generate an estimated 5.6 million acres of water that will contribute to significant inundation within the basin. Ensuring public safety as snow melt-driven runoffs arrives in this basin will require a coordinated water management response driven by clear and open communication among all local and state agencies as well as the other organizations. Even the water management decisions in this basin is locally driven because local water managers have the responsibility, legal authority, and based on the ground knowledge about how water in the basin behaves, there are tools and resources that DWR can bring to bear. Therefore, DWR has activated a new team. We're calling it a Tulare Basin Advanced Planning Unit. And this team, of which I'm a member, will coordinate advanced planning activities and intelligence sharing among county, state, and local authorities in Tulare, Kern counties that will be impacted by flooding in the Tulare Basin over the next several months. Now, I want to tell you a little bit more about some of the other things that the Advanced Planning Unit will be doing. DWR's emergency response capabilities, including assistance from the FOC and coordinating through the State Operations Center, rely on and are built around requests from the county officials. And it is pertinent at this point to say that indeed there are several state entities already engaged in this emergency response. And these include CAL FIRE, CalOES, our FOC, the California National Guard, and others who are coordinated through the State Operations Center. And of course, this includes the local fire and police departments also leading the response. Now, this advanced planning unit that we are now bringing on board and DWR, we are not changing the important role of these agencies already engaged in public safety in this region. The unit will work closely with the FOC's current incident command team on the ground to help collect and analyze information from FOC staff, CalOES, CAL FIRE crews, and local emergency management personnel in the region, and inform local decisions related to public safety, resource allocation, and water management. Now, let me tell you about some of the more specific things that the unit will be doing. So the unit will integrate operationally on the ground activities and planning activities, engaging communication across jurisdictions and communities. It will be engaging local authorities to make sure communication lines are clear and open among local law enforcement, emergency response, county offices of emergency services, and water managers through in-person local meetings. The Advanced Planning Unit will also coordinate materials and personnel requests from county officials to make sure this region has the flood fight materials such as sandbags, muzzle walls, super packs, which are massive sandbags that can hold up to 5,000 pounds of fill material, and other equipment needed to manage incoming flows. One of the other important functions that the Advanced Planning Unit will be doing will be collecting and doing more advanced planning with respect to hydrologic and hydraulic planning. And specifically, the unit will develop models for modeling snow melt in the basin, modeling reservoir releases, making hydraulic models that are able to show where the water is likely to move as the snow begins to melt. And it will also determine how fast and to what extent the basin will fill. And that's about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Caltrans, Mark Payton.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Payton. I'm here with Caltrans for District 6. Just a quick review of our current status on our state highways in Tulare County. Major routes such as 99 and 198 are currently open with no restrictions. We do have some valley secondary highways with closures, starting with State Route 43 between Avenue 56 and 120. That's closed for flooding. We also have Highway 137 between Road 152 and 168, also currently closed for the flooding at Outside Creek. Our secondary mountain routes unfortunately haven't fared very well. We have Fresno County 245 is closed for major damage between Hogback Road and State Route 180 junction. We also have Fresno 180 closed from Post Mile 97.5, which is the Cat Haven, to Junction Highway 245 in the Pinehurst area for major damage. And we have Fresno 180 from Hume Lake Road to Cedar Grove is closed with major damage. We don't have a time frame on that one. It's major damage. We're working with contractors and cooperatively working with the sheriff and law enforcement to keep some of these emergency vehicles and admin lanes open for these mountainous areas. I didn't mention State Route 190, that's also closed with an admin lane for emergency services on 190 between Springville and Redwood Drive, and then it's closed also from Redwood Drive to North Road, which is Quakin Aspen, with major damage. A lot of the road is gone, so there's just no access for anyone. We ask that you be patient with us at this time. This is an unprecedented time. If you need information, you can call our public information office at 559-444-2518. You can also refer to our Quick Map app for your smartphones at our Caltrans website. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have CHP Lieutenant Ryan Monahan.
Thank you for your time and the opportunity to speak here today. Once again, my name is Lieutenant Ryan Monahan with the Visalia CHP office. We remain focused on providing the highest level of safety, service, and security to the people of California. In addition to our traditional level of service and enforcement, we are monitoring roadways for unsafe conditions and working with our partners that you see here today. As stated earlier, there are numerous roadway closures. If you do encounter a roadway closure for whatever reason, please do not drive around the closures, do not drive around the signs. Those signs and those roadway closures are there for your safety and the safety of others, including the emergency personnel that you see here today. If you do have to travel, please plan ahead, look at the Caltrans Quick app or the county roads maps for up-to-date roadway closure information. Don't just rely on Waze or Google Maps or other applications on your smartphone. They do not always have the up-to-date roadway closure information. If you do encounter dangerous conditions or roadways, call 911 so safety personnel can respond out and assess the situation. Once again, thank you for your time and thank you for the cooperation of all the emergency personnel here as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Porterville Fire Chief Brian Cogburn.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Brian Cogburn, Fire Chief, City of Porterville. City of Porterville, the last 24 hours, we've experienced favorable conditions. We've seen a decrease in the outflow of the Tulare River. This has allowed us to reopen the Westwood Bridge, which is on the west side of City of Porterville. These favorable conditions have also allowed us to continue to do work in the Rio Vista neighborhood to the point where we have allowed for repopulation and removed the evacuation order for Rio Vista. The evacuation order for the north and south banks of the Tulare River remain in place. This is due to heavy erosion. In some areas of the Tulare River, we've experienced up to 20 to 30 feet of bank erosion. We have crews that are working in there now that are reinforcing the banks with heavy rock, riprap, other materials to secure that. This is in anticipation of the upcoming storms as well as the heavy snow melt that we can experience in this later spring and summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we have Visalia Fire Department Battalion Chief Danny Riston.
Thanks, Jazz, and thanks to all of our partner agencies for taking time to give this important information to our communities. The more information that we can get out to people, the better they're going to be able to make good decisions for themselves and take care of themselves as we deal with this emergency. In the city of Visalia, has definitely been a reduced threat of immediate flooding. However, I want to say that that threat is not gone. City crews will continue to be monitoring our waterways and making sure that we have an early warning of any potential problems. We'd ask the citizens to do the same. If you see something that doesn't seem right, if you see water in an area that you've never seen it before, if you see debris blocking a culvert, anything like that, please get a hold of somebody, call 911 if you have to, so that we can respond quickly to those situations, assess them, and prevent any flooding. Another important part of this for our community, not just in Visalia, but throughout Tulare County, is our citizens need to stay focused and aware. This emergency isn't over. Things can change really fast. This is going to be a great time to educate your children about water safety. These canals, these rivers are going to be running like this probably till sometime in summer. Take a few minutes, talk to your children, talk to them about how fast things can happen if they get in some of this moving water. The water that's going through Visalia is really at levels I've never seen in 30 years. So we need to be conscious of that. Citizens, parents, talk to your kids. Take 5 minutes and just educate them on how fast things can happen. Again, I'd like to thank our partner agencies and the city of Visalia who continue to help as needed as we deal with this throughout Tulare County. And if we continue to help each other, first responders, our citizens, we can get through this emergency. Thank you, and be careful out there.
Thank you. Next, we have Tulare Police Chief Fred Inklin.
Good afternoon. The city of Tulare is looking good as far as flood threats are concerned. There is flooding in the south end of town, which extends out into the North County line of, well, not the North County line, the city limits of Tulare at 184, Avenue 200, and the Elk Bayou. This is mostly a commercial industrial area, and we don't anticipate any notifications there. The city of Tulare is hosting, through Cal OES, evacuation centers at the fairgrounds, and here at the Agri Center in the 4500 block of South Las Pina. The police department is currently assisting with mutual aid efforts in the southwest county and the southeast county. That does not affect our patrol staffing and our regular calls for services. If you have a non-emergency, please call us at 684-4290, or call 911 if there's an emergency in the city. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Next, we have Tulare County Sheriff Mike Boudreau.
Hello, Tulare County Sheriff Mike Boudreau here. Wanted to bring you up to speed as to some new evacuation orders in the area of Avenue 112, Avenue 120, and Highway 43. We have 26 personnel going out to personally meet with dairies that are out in that location and any other residences that we find out there to give that evacuation order. We have reached out and contacted every dairy with the exception of Sand Ridge Dairy on Avenue 88 and Highway 43. We currently have Sheriff's Office personnel heading out there in high water vehicles to make contact with the people at that dairy. Some of the questions that have come in is, when is the water anticipated to be in this area of evacuation? And the reason those questions are being asked is that the dairies have thousands of cows on those dairies. And the impact to that could be, and quite frankly, it's very significant. You can, if you are on one of those dairies or if you have friends in that area, you can reach out. Again, the number at the EOC is 802-9750. That EOC, the Emergency Operations Center, hopefully will have the most updated information to get you that. Also, the Sheriff's Office continues with our search and rescue team and search and rescue volunteers. They're going into areas with the Red Cross. We're delivering food and water. We're delivering food and water to the Ponderosa area, as well as those within the evacuation areas that chose not to leave in the Alpal and Allensworth area. So we're continuing our efforts with that. We'll continue to keep you up to speed as information changes. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff Boudreau. Next, we have Tulare County Fire Chief, Charlie Norman.
Thank you, Jazz. This is a very big, very dynamic, ongoing emergency, and I think everybody, all of my colleagues have covered things quite well. Just to kind of go by the numbers, we've had over 130 rescues, 130 rescues. So very magnanimous number. This affects all areas. It's not like one of our fires that it just affects some of our smaller districts in the mountain, which are equally impactful. This affects our entire 4,400 square mile county. We have a wide variety of operations, as Chief McLaughlin covered, with our super sacks, rescues, sandbagging, and just getting people out of these isolated areas. To this point, I really want to reiterate that we've had no civilian injuries and no fatalities, and that's what the ultimate goal is. Chief Riston covered the waterways. Make sure you use waterways. Make sure you use caution around waterways as you work forward, as we go through this summer. Again, unless it's a pool, unless it has gunite on it, don't get in it. We're working to bring this incident to a conclusion in a timely manner. Tulare County Fire Department, as all county agencies, will be here until we get this resolved. We really appreciate the cooperation with all our local agencies as well as our state cooperators. I look forward to bringing this to conclusion in a timely manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Norman. Next, we have our Incident Commander, Chief Billy C.
Good afternoon. To date, in Tulare County has experienced over 50 levee and riverbank breaches. 9 of those still remain active, along with several areas that are overtopping due to the flow rates of the water being over the channel capacity. As you've heard today, we are in coordination with many different agencies, including the neighboring counties of Kings and Fresno, as these waterways travel through multiple jurisdictional boundaries. Resources are actively engaged securing the current known failures while continuing to prep for the incoming storm front that we're anticipating this next week. We'll maintain resource availability throughout the incident and make sure that we're responding based on priorities of life safety and critical infrastructure protection while making sure that we maintain safety for all our resources out there. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief C. We'll now move to our questions and answers section. It looks like we have a few questions from the chat. Come on up, Carrie. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Carrie Montero, Public Information Officer from the Emergency Operations Center. We had a question referring to the additional high water flows coming down from the snowpack in regards to debris removal in areas of Springville and the probability of getting the debris cleared out that are being clogged up amongst bridges and so on and so forth throughout the county. I'm paraphrasing the question. In terms of debris removal along the waterways, here in Tulare County, our waterways, there are many different agencies that oversee that. Tulare County, we're actively working with the water purveyors, the irrigation districts, the ditch canals, the Army Corps of Engineers, and those that have jurisdiction and authority over those waterways to get those debris unplugged. We're also working with our great team here, the firefighters, as we see an area of concern, as well as our law enforcement to get those clears. But we do know we are working collaboratively. Our County Resource Management Agency and Flood Control is working with those irrigation districts, identifying those problem areas and getting them cleared for the incoming snowmelt. You're going to see that work continue in the weeks ahead as it's deemed possible to do so during that time. So specifically in your area, it's going to be whoever oversees that specific waterway, whether it's within the city or it's with Department of Water Resources, or it's with your local irrigation district or water purveyor. Those are various throughout the county, but no, we are actively working together to get that debris cleared when it is safe to do so. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. We have a few more questions. It looks like we have a question for Tulare County Fire Chief Charlie Norman.
Thank you, Jazz. Is there any data, question is there any data on how many individuals have been evacuated or total number of property damage at the start of the flooding? We currently have 3,500 in evacuation, and we've had damage to 700 homes. Based on the early morning numbers today, I do not have a dollar amount or a numerical amount as far as cost damage estimates. Thank you.
Our final question is for Sheriff Boudreau.
The question came in about hot meals coming into the Alpaugh area, that they weren't allowed to take those meals in there. There's reason for that. We want to be able to understand the people who are there. We don't want someone going in that we haven't been able to account for. If you have hot meals and you want to donate that type of thing, you can contact the EOC with the number we've provided, and or you can contact the Sheriff's Office at the Agri Center, contact our command bus, and we can coordinate to be able to have our search and rescue teams take those hot meals out there for you. Where they would be delivered, we would ask that you let us know, and if we identify those homes and families in most need, that's likely where it would go unless you would specify otherwise. But we don't want people going into harm's way, and we would ask that you stay out of the area and let emergency personnel conduct the missions that they need to complete. Thank you.
Thank you. We sincerely appreciate your time this afternoon, and I would like to have Captain Benitez come up and remind our Spanish-speaking audience that we will be recording this and releasing it on Facebook later this evening.
Nomás queremos recordar que esta junta será grabada para Facebook y puesta en Facebook más a la tarde. Gracias.
That concludes our Facebook Live virtual community meeting. We sincerely appreciate your time. Thank you.